Yes, welcome again to Powerful Choices, and we are so happy and we are so humbled and we are feeling the meekness to be surrendered that God might flow through us and hopefully, as we partake of His bread, it is also broken in the portion for you also. And this week, we've been on this series of fasting, the power of fasting, reason why we fast, and this week we are going to touch on a little more intriguing aspect of it, reasons why people we don't fast. So as we get into that, we're there, with the great.
Oh, you hand it over to me. Okay, man.
No man, I said,
Okay,
no man, so
okay,
we're there
okay,
with the
okay,
with the
okay,
with the
okay,
great
okay,
with the
okay.
great Roneal Roxborough.
All right, yeah, yeah. Blessings,
Yeah, man,
blessings,
and
blessings, blessings to be back here again, and giving thanks to the Most High for the opportunity, because we don't take it lightly, to make sure, say,
true.
we guide whoever is listening into the right path, man, and the ability to actually been experiencing fasting with me and you, where we have our own
True.
personal journey, is a wonderful thing. So, and can actually come and edify somebody upon what we have learned along the journey. So as you say, we've been through the power of fasting, reasons why we fast, and now we're going to speak about some of the reasons why we don't fast. All right, so one of the reasons why we don't fast, I believe, is the lack of knowledge of what happens spiritually when we fast. What happens? You get what I'm saying? If you don't know these things, then you're gonna be straying away from understanding of why you should fast. So if you know what takes place spiritually and physically also, because it's about intertwine of both the spirit and the physical when it happens. So lack of knowledge is one of the reasons why I believe we don't fast. If you don't know about it, if you have no knowledge of what it does, then you won't use it. It's like a tool in your shed that you don't even know is there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that reason?
Yeah, as you open up the conversation, it bring light to one of the other aspect of like um the feeling of like feeling of overwhelming in terms of like sometimes from the aspect of understanding, as you mentioned, a lot of people project fasting as this um they make it seem difficult,
Mm.
though we are not saying it don't have its difficulties, but the benefits is so much. If you understand like the benefits, then you will understand like how much it's worth it. Nobody spends on anything that they don't feel like a value. So the value of fasting. So if you were following on the other videos, you would hear we mention like start small, cause that's one of the reason. Because if you feel like it's so difficult, start small. Probably when a person say 24 hours, it might sound scary, and I say, boy, can't go so long,
Right.
can't go so long. And using myself as an example, when Ronnie used to tell me about 48-hour fasting, me used to blow my mind, like me I say, what? And um you know you reach a point where now we are doing 21 days, but after you start small, you kind of start grow into what fasting is,
Mm.
the benefits, and then you start understand how you can extend it, and how you can do a 1 day fast, water and tea, if you or you prep your body going into the fast,
Mm-hmm.
and to men. It's something that it's a journey that you have to take and like feel out your body, and your body speaks to you and you learn your body, and it's not a one day overnight thing.
No, it's definitely not. It's not. It's definitely not. It's a journey, and it's always gonna be continuing on because even now we've been to 24 hours, 21 days. My bad. And no, it's advanced. Remember, it's advancing for every 3 months now. We have to have a new regular fasting. Like so, it keeps on require more of you because the more you seek of the Almighty, the more it requires of you. Because it's a fair exchange. It's not Him pouring on you without you showing your surrender or giving up your desires. You get what I'm saying? So, understanding that it demands of you seeking Him, it demands of you to actually give up some things also.
True.
Because for me, doing a fast now, it requires me more every time. I can't just do a regular because I try to live a intimate life of fasting on a day-to-day basis. Because I have it in for money. So I'm saying, so it's like when it comes down to a spiritual deep fast now, I have to dig deeper into me to give up. So it crushes me, the hunger, the desires I feel of giving up something because now it's costing me something. Because I'm actually going for something, so it's actually costing me something. For me to just do casual, like regular, because I live a fasting life that's like intimate wise, then it's just normal for me. It wouldn't cost me anything. So for me to want more, I have to give up more. Because for the next fast, He has given me something that was like, I'm like, woo, yeah. Because I heard you do it before, and I was like, kudos to you. You know what I mean? And when he said to me, say, I want you to do this next time you fast. And I said, brother. So it's like, yeah, so it's like it's costly. And it's supposed to cost you because you're gaining wisdom, you're gaining clarity about your own life, and you're gaining direction about you and the Most High and the purpose He created you for. And trust me,
True.
that worth sacrificing for, because that's the only way you're gonna have true peace in this world. Not the way the world give it to you, but the way He give it to you. Yeah, and understanding what it does to your body overall, your spirit, your soul, knowing the knowledge of these things when you fast, trust me, it makes you want to continue, Wally. Because out of every fast I have come out of, and maybe you can speak to, I see where I come out a different person.
True.
Not just physically, but mentally. And if
True.
we say physically, we can talk about the way how we eat. Because the way how we eat during the fast is we go just fruits and vegetables, and we cut away from all products. Anything that is packaged, we stay away from that meat, all that. You get what I'm saying?
True.
And I'm a man who love my protein, so me have to give up a lot of that. Me actually shrink after 21 days of the year.
True.
You see me? So it's a beautiful thing to understand why you do what you do. And I think one of the other reasons is self-dependency and pride.
Mm. Mm.
If you always been the person to depend on your own self for everything, it's kind of hard for you to understand why you're going into this, to be humbled, to show humility for guidance. If you're the one who always producing your thoughts through every step, every next move, every control, try to control everything. It's gonna be very, very hard for you to even consider fasting. Because now you're saying, I am coming to you humble when you choose to fast. I'm seeking guidance, that's humility. I'm seeking wisdom, I'm seeking understanding, and I'm seeking you and the purpose you have for me. That's
True.
humility. You get what I say? And you know that is the opposite of pride right there. Not I am in control and I got this.
Mm.
Yeah, so what do you think about the second one?
Yeah, definitely. You know, as I mentioned, the aspect of that, when you really embark on like a journey of fasting, and when you don't really know and understand your cravings, and it's through fasting and through learning more about fasting I get to appreciate hunger, because
Mm,
now I don't suffer hunger, but go into partnership with it and realize that, just like, because that is one of the reasons, a lot of people don't fast, because they are afraid of the hunger pain. And when I just started fasting, it wasn't easy, because I did not normally, you know, when you get hungry, you feed yourself, and that's a normal reflex, and that's why it's so powerful when you fast, because you take out the normal out of it, and when you
mm,
take out normal, you only leave with impossible, and impossible is found in the spirit. So it's like understanding that, and not only does the spirit, the what start to happen, all cells getting clean out, you know, all these things in your body, your immune system getting that restart, and all of that happens through the hunger. The hunger is just your body working out, like going into the chemicals and everything that was set apart, and they never got to focus on and start to shuffle and move, and all of that process is like, what would say, a deep cleaning
mm,
start happening. And the feeling of that deep cleaning is walking hand in hand with the feeling of hunger. And we are programmed, and that word is important, programmed to just feed ourselves, to the point where we just eat anything. Fasting now brings intentional eating, awareness of eating, to the point where it's not that you're saying, okay, stop eat this, stop eat that. By fasting, you will know what to stop eat and what to eat more, because your body go to the natural state of being, a natural state of craving. Eating pattern go adjust everything. So getting past the point where you suffer hunger is a big step, because a lot of people don't fast because they're afraid of suffering hunger. But partnering in partnership with hunger and enduring hunger, knowing that, okay, it is doing this, it has a duty, and its duty is carried out through this somewhat pain, because it's not really pain, it's just a feeling. And as you go along, you will understand it. I am speaking like this now because I've already come into friendship with hunger, but for a person who have not yet, on that journey, as I said, start small. Give yourself time.
Yeah. As you mentioned, suffering, with the right perception, suffering is a beautiful thing, And if it is, as we say, perception have a lot to do with how you see things, you view it, because there has never been a suffering that doesn't carry a great reward behind it. Like, for example, the cross, the crucifixion, that was a great suffering, carry the greatest reward behind it. So when you understand the level of suffering, as you say, to whom much is given, much is required. So whatever suffering you have to go through, just know say you have a greater reward. So in your fasting endeavors, when you start to fast and you start to suffer, you just know that there's gonna be a great reward behind it. It costs you something. So it's gonna bring forth something. From nothing, from nothing, leave nothing. But if you want something, you have to put the time and the energy in to bring forth that thing. And then now you will gradually, slowly realize your growth. Because that is important. Take time to acknowledge where you have where you have improved in what you're doing. And then you become stronger. That's maturity. And as we say before, we are human beings. So you will never stop growing. You are always becoming and being and becoming.
Yeah.
That's the nature of who we are. That's why when you're young, you have time to do stupid things. And when you're older, you gather wisdom from your stupid things. So you can teach it back to the youngers. Get me? I say? So you're always useful in life. There's no point in your life where you just feel like you're redundant and there is no use for you. There's always a value for your life as a human being.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, as we say, pride and self dependency. All right, and another one is the lack of hunger of the Most High Himself. If you don't have that hunger and thirst for Him, you will never make the sacrifice. But it's beautiful if you do. And for me personally, circumstances, as I said before, make me have that hunger. And probably most of us are going to end up in the same bracket there because of circumstances that can make us have the hunger and thirst we need guidance from the Most High in situations in our life where we need wisdom now. We get caught in a situation where we need to hear from you more than ever. And
True.
good and graceful thing that His love is not conditional. He said, boy, last 3 years, me try to find, what happened? No, you need me, you know. That's one
True.
of the things I love about Him the most. The unconditional love. You can't earn it, and you can't work for it. It's already there.
Mm.
It is a gift. You only can choose to receive it or not.
I think the beautiful thing, is that as the Lord says, blessed are those who believe and do not see. And when thy words are written on thy heart, so I may not sin against thee, the Spirit speak to you in many aspects. And as I mentioned, the aspect of pride and self-reliance, you know,
Mm-hmm.
fasting kind of point out something that is very relevant and is there. Either way, some people are forced to fast, meaning when the bad habits that fasting purifies get so much to the point where you start see the negative effects in your life, both physically and spiritually. You might not know now, but when it does happen, you will have no choice but to fast. You go naturally change your diet, eat the food miserable because
You have no choice now.
because it just is, and that is just that's why I say blessed are those who believe and do not see. So don't wait until you see your body showing you all of these negative
Mm-hmm.
signs, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to start. It's like you have your car, you check your car engine, you check your oil, you you do that for your car. Your body is the vehicle, the vessel for your soul. So it's like how important is this vehicle for you to check and do it oil change and make sure it's running right. You know, when I say sometime, let yourself loose and indulge in this, indulge in that. But when you take on the journey of fasting, bad habits become more of there's a switch that happens. There's a switch that I tell you a drama, right? At first when I when I when I when God started to work in my life, I one of the things when bring me through is quitting smoking.
Yeah.
But at the time when I quit smoking out of fear, and even though I was going through the process, I did not understand the perfect unconditional love of God. And I, just go through the process and say, okay, you go to church and so you can't smoke and all of that. Um the last birthday, me and somebody share the same birthday, just a day apart. And I
Yeah.
say, him a born a spliff. And I say, I go just have one with him. And we did it and we born a spliff. And after that, me I say, you know, God, say, when me quit smoking from the standpoint of like expectation, fear, and all of that. I want to have a more personal look on what smoking is from the point of awareness to where I'm at now.
Right.
So it is so strange how I have to like it's a fight to do it because I was not doing it from okay if you just get a high because I'm always high in the spirit. So it's like it couldn't stay. It's like it couldn't stay. So what I'm just saying that to say this, when all the bad habits where you have, you don't need to try so hard to break them. Just fast from them. When you reach to the point of your purest self, it's like it gonna be say like how it's hard to stop, it's gonna be hard to do it. Even if you do it, it not gonna last. Because Roneal can tell you, in we guys store, I'm sure say he having days when he grab up two chocolate and some
Oreo.
and
Oreo.
get
Some
to something, you know.
cookies.
But it's like him eat it and him just say, alright, yeah, nah, fight it. But him know, like him know say this not go last. You nah see. It's impossible. When you know your pure self, it is impossible for something unpure to remain. You have your part, alright, and that is what your fasting does. Where it creates that barrier between separation, as we were talking other day about the void, creates the void in between the habit and you, and then you operate from that separation. So you don't get so drawn into anything to the point where you feel like, oh, it's impossible to stop. But mind you, it can be difficult. And revisiting smoking point out something to me very powerful why a lot of people, can't stop smoke. Because it tampers with the ego. And this is the very thing that we are trying so hard in life to get control of, the ego. And
Right.
because smoking tampers with the ego, a person when you smoke with an intention, your meditation is then focused, which is awareness, which I have that naturally. So what I have learned, which God have taught me, which I'm glad me revisit the and him got you with everything. And I said to him when I was going through it, I said, God, I'm going to venture on this, just be with me. Don't let me lose back myself in case. Just be with me, just in case. Because I was not relying on myself. And one of the things that I've learned is that smoking hijacks the natural ability of breathing and awareness, the power of those two things. Breathing and focusing. It tricks you to feel like it is the one doing it. But when you're
Mm.
breathing, your body naturally takes the oxygen, send it through the body, and you get clarity from that calmness, from just breathing. And if you sit 2 minutes and try it without smoking, you go realize that, hold on, but me calm. So you realize what's the purpose of smoking then? But it's not for you talking like that from a standpoint of knowing, because I know I'm not guessing about it, because I have been a previous smoker before I quit smoking. I was smoking for years, then I quit for years, and then as I said the other day, tried a few times in and I did not do it in the space of company. Reason being, I wanted to observe myself, observe the behavior of the mind, the behavior. Because when you understand yourself, everything is separate. I don't know if I explain it properly. Everything is separate. Nothing is up in your face. So even smoking itself, all the bad habits, anything you realize that, okay, there is something in you telling you, okay, I want to stop this, but you just don't know how. Fasting, you know, if you take on the journey of fasting, any habit where you have, you feel like you want to break, any habit, trust me, any habit, porn addiction, any habit at all, bad spending, fast from bad spending. See, Christina look for me. I mean, and I like my wife be looking at me, man.
I just
And
stole on one side.
yeah, but seriously though, like fast from anything, like just take a break from it, a 1 day break, and then fasting becomes coaching. Trust me.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is, man. As you mentioned, pornography. To be honest, me struggle with that for years. Masturbation, and I tell you, say, remember me tell you about the 3 day fast.
Yeah.
That's when the appetite leave me completely, and never have the urge for it anymore. And honestly, I wasn't fasting for that, but that whatever the thing was granted unto me. You get me?
Yeah.
I say, never had the urge for it anymore. You do have the little whims where you feel for it, because that's the charm of it. But now, when we understand what it does to you spiritually, you see the
Mm.
knowings, when you know something now, you understand how it affects you, and it's a whole different thing. what it does to you. So when we get the knowledge of what it does to you and the deeper aspect of what happens to you when you um, watch porn or masturbate, what it does to you, then you weaken you as a man. You get me? I say you weaken yourself, your confidence as a man, and also spiritually, it do so much to you, bro. And when we understand the levels of what it does, it's like it just lick me far away the taste of it. You cannot understand what it takes away from you. It kill you spiritually. You get me? I say it's kill you spiritually. Porn kill you spiritually as a man.
True.
You weaken you. You get me? I say because we learned that sex was a holy thing built created by the Most High, sacred thing. You see me? So it's like when you understand these things now, you understand. So yo, it is preserved for marriage.
Intimacy.
And marriage is not a wedding ring. No, we are talking about the covenant we make before the Most High. So when you use a holy thing like that, you get me? I say, it cause so much dangers and traumas in you. That's why when you sleep around so much, because you have different spirits running through you. Knowing these things, even today, me have a conversation with somebody and I explain that to them. And I'm like, oh, and I say, yeah, it's good to always get to know a person before you sleep with them, because you experience spirit when you sleep together.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot of things happening right there. So, as me say, fasting reveal a lot to you. Anything you, as I said before, whatever you try, if bad habits you try if break, take a fast, and also do your part. Your part is fasting and getting knowledge about the thing we are fasting about. Because the beauty about the sacrifice of doing the fast, and also embarking and knowing wisdom of it, is you open up two different channels now,
Mm-hmm.
You get me? I say so. When them connect like this together now, you get understanding where nobody else never get before. Personally, for you to deliver you.
Yeah.
Because we can't talk till we drop dead, but you have to experience that for yourself. Really, you get the deliverance there.
Yeah.
Because my deliverance, not me, it'll be yours. Because
Yeah.
there's something unique for you, to deliver you, for your to teach you also. Because as me say, when me get delivered from me never go about that. Me just realize I don't have the urge for you anymore. You get me? I say,
Yeah.
and then understand why is it does to you as a person. I'm like, wow. First thing me realize it weak me as a man. It take away your confidence. It does so much things to you. You see me? And what it does to you spiritually. And then now when you understand these things now, it makes you more, I wouldn't say easier, but more understanding of why you shouldn't do it.
Man, and I feel like in the aspect of like even like where you just mentioned with porn addiction, I have been there also. I've been there also, all the aspect of it, um, masturbation, all of that. And I feel like this is a place where we are gonna pray about that, probably need to do a more in detail video on that. So
Yeah,
we're gonna talk to Daddy about that and
yeah.
ask him. Yeah, because that is very deep. And other day may I do a little reasoning with some people and the life said we about the dangers of porn. Cause it does a lot.
Yeah, it does. It
He-
does.
so me just go mention one, as Ronnie did mention, one of the side effects of porn, you know, is it coach you to desire more than one partners.
Mm.
So it coach you, it put you in a mental state to normalize adultery, to overuse your body in a way where it is not naturally designed. to be. So just like you have your woman and then you watch porn, you see a next woman with a particular shape doing a particular style, and then there's always, if you notice, porn always start with a particular scene setup, and then sometime role plays, and if the role plays don't make you desire, you go out and you see a particular woman wearing that outfit, it kind of like bring a string, it's an attachment. So a woman
Mm.
role playing as a police, role playing as this. So it's like, and these things, when you're not, as Roneal said, when you're not separate from it, when fasting kicks in and God kicks in, it's like you sort of like just start look at things from a third party vision, and you now go, trust me, as when you say you now go have the desire, when you just break the habit, you go have urges coming back, like,
Mm-hmm.
but the more you sustain from it, and when you do slip up, if you do slip up, because the early seasons of breaking the habit, you will have times when you slip up, you get caught in the trap, not mean because of familiarity. Yeah. So we now go so deep into that because we are going to try to stay on topic.
Yeah.
So just saying, what is fasting then? Fasting is coaching, because that is something what God teaches us. Fasting is coaching. So I want you to pay attention to the aspect. Coaching. When you have a coach, it's normally somebody who masters the game. We can tell you, okay, so who is the coach? And that's where you find God, because he he is master of all creation. He know why him create something to do. He know why him create sex to be, and the
Right.
beautiful thing of it, the intimacy and the connection. Anybody who says sex no nice, I've never had sex.
Yeah. And it shouldn't
So
be either.
it is like the beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when you have it intimate between you and your partner, and you learn. It's a literally as a beacon of connection for you and a person. So it's like fasting is a great. It's just a great thing, and it coach you. You don't need everything. What you need is inside of you, because the spirit, that unconditional love, that coach will go have time for you, not going to rush you. It's going to be patient with you. And when you fall,
Yeah.
him go say, all right, get up, do this. All right. And if you don't understand, because we have been coached in life by people and by the world, like, to feel like correction is is like something where somebody are try to hurt you, or but that is not really. When God dey correct you, it's for the betterment of you. So if you don't understand the unconditional approach of his correction, you will miss the love and the intention of the correction is to be your
Yeah.
best, is to be your best self. But
Definitely.
other than we, no matter how we can explain it, when you get the point of like experiencing these things for yourself, and you just take a journey. Don't take it from us. Like, what do you got to lose? So what if you lose a bad habit? Like, is it, value is determined by sacrifice. Do you value yourself enough to like see if I can go back to being a purer version of yourself? Because I remember all of these habits, done to the very eating, or something what we practice, we came to know. There was the first time you try callaloo. There was a first time when I try with the bread. And then you try with the dumpling and a two
Mm,
different thing. And then if you have it with local coffee, cocoa tea, the real cocoa tea is a
yeah, I
different
tell
thing.
you.
And if you have it with local lime leaf tea, is a whole different thing. But you know, all of that you came to know from a standpoint of experience.
Yeah,
Fasting reconnects you with the experiencer, not the experience. Some of us, cause we are caught in the experience, and then we forget who is the person on tour. We got a tour through the world, and they say, "All right, try this." So God said, "All right, try that," and you try it. And then you stuck me, and God I said, "Come on, no man." And I said, "No man, me, I go and mash up this man." And God I said, "Hey, come on, man." Yeah. So don't be caught anywhere. Just go with the movements of God. If you try things and he might tell us, leave that alone, ain't for a reason.
yeah,
Allow him to show you the reason. Fasting is one of the
definitely,
greatest steps you can make towards that.
definitely, man. Um, Fasting also intensify prayer. So it's like what it does is when you make the initiative to go into a fast and you pray, your prayer take a whole different another strength, another effect
Mm-hmm.
because you're making the sacrifice now. And then now understand when you fast, the weapons of your warfare are more anchored onto you. You get me? I say, the name of Jesus, your faith. You get me? I say, prayers, the blood of these are weapons. You get me? I say, fasting, faith, the blood of Jesus, the name of Jesus, all weapons. You can use them when these are intensify whenever you fast. That's why even in my fasting, I have experience where on the fast itself, like and just talking to people is a whole different thing. The way how the most I use you to reach people.
Different.
After the conversation, they'll be like, what
Mm.
has happened? Because you make me realize you've been used. And then me understand say, oh, I was just a vessel in the moment. Because the way how they receive it, you not even have the level of knowledge towards where they just deliver. When it come from you, it come from the most side. And these are many, many, many happenings for me personally.
True.
You get me, I say, because one of the things that me do in the morning, learn to do in the morning, is when I kneel. So these are your hands, your feet, your mouth, your vessel. It belongs to you. I leave me right here. And I take you with me. So whatever you choose to do today, that will be done.
Mm.
You get me, I say? And I tell you, it do deliver in many ways.
True.
But as DJ just say, we just explain to you how we go about fasting. And I hope you learn something from what we are teaching and understanding and the journey itself and the guidance and whatever you have can also help us because we are humble here to learn.
Yeah, man.
We are just seeking and trying to find our way. You understand me? I say. So we are also here listening, hearing, and taking guidance just the same because it's a continual journey. It's never end. As long as
Yeah.
this vessel is here and the spirit produces this body, it's gonna always be like that.
Yeah, man.
Seeking more humility, more wisdom, and more guidance. True guidance.
True.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, I think that brings it, for now, because we're not going to stop
Yeah, for
fast,
now. Hmm.
Yeah.
For now.
We not stop fasting, not stop fasting. We're 140. So it's like, yeah, it's been a amazing experience, just giving what the Lord have part of partake unto us, and it's
Yeah.
as Roneal said, the aspect of him just moving beyond intention, and it's beautiful. There was a time we used to sit down and write a lot of stuff to talk about. Now we just let him be, because we understand that he is alive and he speaks and he teaches. Just allow him, you know.
Yes.
You just allow him. Fasting, trust me, you can't lose. And as Ronnie said, we are here willing to learn, so we are calling you guys to just join us on the journey. Start so you can come back and, you know, as we go along, and the numbers and everything, the availability for certain things, you understand. So, all right then, bam, you can reach out to us and say, hey, this happened for me. I have learned this, and we grew as well. You see it, so yeah, man, definitely, it's been a beautiful journey and powerful choices. Appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate you guys so much. The Lord love you guys so much, more than you can ever understand. And we want you to experience that love. We don't want to keep telling you. We want you to experience it. So
Right.
if you're asking what it look like, just picture unconditional, and whatever you can think of a reason for God to love you, that is a condition. Him no love, he no love you for nothing. Like you can give him nothing. Everything, I put it this way: you are a package, and the package that you are was put together by the great God, by the great I am, Jesus Christ. Some people say Jehovah. It's not the name, it's the being. And whoever you are was packaged, put together by him. So if him pack the package, that means him have the goods. So if him have the goods, when I like say, you can impress him, say, all right, now bribe God and all can watch it. Now pop out the goods and bribe him. I him give you the goods.
Right. Exactly.
I him give the goods. So if you go say him love you because you can do that, it is unconditional. There's nothing you can put to it. Love like people do. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
You don't know, man, as we always say, man. You have anything where you want to add, Roneal, before we close off?
Try it. And you won't.
You come
You
like
won't
a
regret it.
advertisement that Roneal just doing, man. Try it. You have to go find one product.
You won't. Might as well advocate for this, because we are telling something we really we put our energy in. So we are actually automatically advertising it.
Yeah.
You get me? I say so. Really and truly, try it, man. And I tell you, because when you do fast, the most I can use you in remarkable ways. So try it,
Yeah, man.
and you won't regret it.
And as we always say, man, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.